Hi Cancer, my name is Tiana and welcome to my channel Inspired by Ease. We're again going to keep it really short and simple and sweet today. I hope that you are doing so well during this time and excited about things opening up. I hope that things are opening up around you and you're starting to be able to go out and everything. Maybe you can let me know in the comments what it's like in your city right now. And just know that this is a general reading. Just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And this won't be for everybody, but hopefully there's something that you can take away, Cancer. So yeah, let's see what messages want to come through for you this week. Okay, Cancer, we have a little bit of an interesting reading. I'm seeing 3 characters, and I actually feel that you are presenting as Moth and Bat. I'll just show you the 3 characters really quick. Our second character is Elk and Lion. And our third character is Swan and Shark. So what I'm basically, and these don't all have to be people, they can just be an energy. And so the interesting thing about all of these characters is that they all have 2 sides to them that maybe not everybody sees, or that not everybody is seeing. Okay? And so when you go out into the world, perhaps you have kind of this moth energy where you are very creative, you're very bright, you're very artistic perhaps, you're very self-expressive, and just very sweet, you're just a dancer or a singer or a performer, or you're just on this kind of ascension process. And with Moth, for me, there's always a little bit of naivety, or maybe people kind of project that you're a little bit naive. I get that. So there's no judgment or anything on that. And when really you know your stuff, you know the dark side of the moon, so to say, and you can get dark. So or that at least that you are in tune with your shadow part. And so when people are just kind of seeing the tip of the iceberg with you, when really there's all of this knowledge that you have, and you might be kind of going through a process of completion as well, Cancer. So yeah, some people might not know that you are actually going through a rebirth, and even while maybe you might appear or present yourself as bright, shiny, and new, when really there's a whole lot of stuff that you're kind of going through and processing in the background. Now, with this Elk Lion, when they are going out in their day-to-day life, they present themselves as the elk. A lot of endurance, very hard worker, very loyal and committed to the job, but can overwork themselves kind of into exhaustion, but very, very committed and very loyal, and very down to earth, very grounded, very practical and hardworking. And they might be, I don't know why, I just have to say what I get sometimes is that they might be very medicinal, they might be very healing, or they might even be very into herbs as well, but they're very grounded and very supportive. They are there to kind of lift lift people up while they are in the background scene, and they might not mind it. However, what people don't see is that they are regal, that they are a leader, that they are authority, that, or at least that this is what they want, when really what they want is to be seen, to be respected, to be held in a high position, to have a high self-esteem, to have people look up to them instead of looking up at others. And yeah, just having a lot of confidence, a lot of riches, and just being a very regal, royal kind of person with a lot of authority and a lot of things to show for. Where the elk is more modest and can go without, and can go without for a very long time. When the lion, he has his fair share of pickings, and he can overeat, and he can, do whatever he wants. So, okay, there's that person. Now we have our third person, and these can all actually be aspects of one person. Just saying. These all don't have to be individuals. They can be an energy, they can be a thing, a business, whatever. But I'm just kind of viewing it as people, as the reader. So, okay, our second person is quite the character. When they go out in their day-to-day world, they are perceived as a shark. They also kind of command respect in a way that this elk person perhaps wants to command respect, but out of kind of fear and alarm. And they kind of, they present, they bring very intense energy into the room. They might be an alpha male, an alpha female, and they kind of intimidate people very easily. However, the true core of them, or how they really want to present or feel or be seen as, is a swan. It's very graceful, very eloquent, very kind of delicate and soft, and regal as well, and gentle, and very intuitive, and kind of brings people in rather than pushes them away. So, okay, so we're gonna see what the fairies have to say about all of this. I find this all very, very fascinating. The cards have never presented in this way before, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting because we're all multidimensional, right? So it's very interesting to see different sides of people and how they present themselves and how they really want to be seen. So today has kind of been a lecture class about authenticity. So if you get anything out of this, Cancer, how can you be more authentic and forthcoming, perhaps about what you are going through underneath the surface? Do you need to be all bright, shiny, and new and happy all the time? Or can you let people into your shadow and say, yeah, I'm really angry right now, or I am so depressed right now, I don't know what to do, or just letting people into your story. We all if we could just all kind of just say what we really need and what we really want instead of trying to meet needs in a roundabout way, I think we would all be happier and probably quite surprised what would happen. Because I think, you know, the reason why maybe, you know, I felt like this, Cancer, for a really long time. You know, I had to be happy all the time to be liked. But recently I've been learning that I can show people my other side and still be loved and still be accepted. And that I don't need to be perfect all the time. So how can you be more direct with your needs, with your boundaries, what you really want, what your intentions are, and everything, instead of trying to meet things in a roundabout way? It's a process, but I think we would all be happier if we just were direct and authentic. So in today's reading, I'm really feeling it's kind of interesting with the shark, because I mean, with the moth and the elk, I can see that they aren't showing those sides because of fear of rejection, perhaps. But with the shark, I feel like they would also feel like they might be rejected, or just maybe not as well respected, if they became more of a swan. So this is all really, really fascinating. I'm going to see if there's anything else. Okay, so Cancer, this is quite the reading. All right, we have the lamb, which means unconditional giving and unconditional receiving. So I do feel like, at least with one of you Cancer, but I do feel like this is kind of the thread that's running and connecting through all three of you, or all three of these energetic elements, whatever they represent to you. And it is that you want to be loved and accepted unconditionally, and to have more presence and connection in your life, and to be free to be yourself and have people still unconditionally give to you. You know, I think that's what we all want. And there is a little bit of a feeling of being kind of battered and bruised here, and naked and vulnerable here, but there is still this longing to be loved. And I think that's what all three of these characters have in common, is that they all want to be loved and accepted for all of them, not just one side of them. And the thing that I want to point out is that it's not that they aren't really the elk and they're really the lion. It's that they're both, and that you aren't the bat, that you aren't the moth but the bat. No, you're both, Cancer. You're both, and you want to be seen and acknowledged as both, and still be loved and accepted. And pardon me if my terminology isn't the same, you know, as you might use a different word than that, but I hope the message is still coming forward. And, you know, with the shark, they definitely want to be loved and accepted as both, because I'm not feeling like this is a negative character. I feel like they just kind of easily intimidate people, perhaps. But they're wanting to be seen as this. Okay. And so, yeah, there's some kind of inner reflection and thought processes, and it might be important to journal. There's I think everybody in this, whatever this is really thinking and really reflecting on a lot, or that is the guidance to really reflect and think about how you can be more authentic and state your needs and be as direct and forthcoming as possible, and say, look, I have this fear of being rejected if I say what I really want, because I'm afraid that it'll make me seem selfish or conceited, or that I'll be rejected, or I won't be liked, or, you know, all of these things. But this is what I want, and this is what I need. You know, can you give that to me? If not, you know, I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can receive that. And so I think, and so once you do that and come to that place of acceptance, there's a need to come to a place of acceptance, Cancer, that you do want to be loved for who you are, and who you are is a multi-dimensional being. The more, once you come to that acceptance, the more that you will find friends, real, genuine friends, and compatibility, and pure potential, and creative energy, and maybe even feeling sexually attracted to someone for the right reasons. And just, you know, you just being lifted up in a way so powerfully, because you will finally be loved for who you are, and you get to express yourself as all of you, not just this one narrowed down, watered down version of you, but the true you. So yeah, there definitely is a need to take off the mask, be authentic. I hate repeating that word, but I don't know what else to say. Just be genuine and transparent. Not that you aren't genuine, but when speaking, when going about meeting your needs in a direct way, you know, taking off that mask, cutting through lies and deception, denial, and clicking into your seat of power, it's all going to aid you in this totally new reality of magic and love, and just having this new clean slate and feeling cleansed and purified of all of these emotions. It's just going to be this well that just gives and gives and gives, and you're never going to run out. You're never going to feel depleted or exhausted or tired or anything. It's just going to just continue to pour. It'll just be the gift that keeps on giving, and you'll start to meet people that where they can meet your needs and you can meet their needs, and it's just a never-ending cycle of just joy and healing. And so yeah, there definitely needs to be some kind of spiritual, metaphysical okay, a spiritual, energetic death of, in some way, and this is all coming forward not because it's like this is a huge problem, and it might be for some of you, but this is just kind of a subtle shift that's needing to happen so that you can really be happier and live the life that you really want to live. And so there's a slight change that's needing to happen, and that change can be a form of death, in a way, of letting go of maybe doing things in a roundabout way instead of doing it directly, really asking for what you want. And the first step can be just saying, universe, God, angels, guides, I really want this. I don't necessarily need this. I don't need to meet it in this roundabout way anymore. This is what I really, really want. Give it to me. And I think that's the form of kind of just honesty that you're needing to have with yourself. And that is going to totally free you, Cancer, totally. And it's going to help you break past this certain threshold, boundary, obstacle, something like that, that maybe you've just been feeling like you've just been hitting your head against or trying to punch through and just couldn't. But finally, you're going to break through, and life is never going to be the same. And it's just going to go, whew, it's just going to be so easy, so effortless, and away you go, Cancer, onto your happy new life where all your needs are met. I'm mostly talking about emotional needs, but any needs. It's the need to be able to talk to someone and have them really listen to you, having the need of having someone to depend on and trust. We are social creatures. So anyway, I am going to go more into this in the extended. If you want to follow me there, see if we can get even more clarification and insight about all of these energies. As always, I'm sending you so much of my love. Know that you are so loved by everyone, by your guides, by your angels, the people who matter, the beings that matter. You are so loved. And be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Know that you are never ever alone, and keep seeking the truth. Much love, big kiss. Take care. Bye, Cancer. Bye.